All right, both fuselage halves are together and decals are on. I'm glad I cut that little square out. That made attaching the decal that much easier. I use microset for it because it's a big decal and you've got all these features that it's got to go over. I hadn't spotted that I should have cut a little bit out of that one, and I had to cut it while the decal was still wet. They've gone on okay. There's a couple of areas where I've still got a bump, so in a minute I'm going to put microsole over the top, which basically softens the decal, and that should get rid of that. All right, see, it's a little bit tight there. I've got a little ridge there. They are also very, very shiny, far shinier than the actual ship. So I'm going to put some matte varnish on them once the microsole has set. Kind of almost worked lining them up because this is one big decal, that's a little decal, and that's a little decal there. So there's actually 3 decals there, 1, 2, 3 on each side to do it. All right, again, I had to cut a little space out there, but they went on fine. I'm relieved about that. So as I say, next step, put the microsole on, seal it with matte varnish, and then I think that's when the engine pods go on, the windows go in, and yeah, then after that, final bit of weathering. I've just discovered on YouTube a really good mini documentary on creating the Razor Crest on the show down at ILM, and there's some very nice screen grabs I've got from that, particularly on the engines. I've realised I've got a lot more work to do on the engines. I thought I was nearly done, but no. So yeah, all going well, and we're not far from the end now. Okay, that worked fine. That's the decals on and coated with the matte varnish. So good, can move on. Not far from the end now. Next thing, this is one of those reference shots. You see that? Which is lovely and clear. And what I'm doing is I'm not 100% recreating, but you know, I'm trying to at least put streaks where there were streaks, at least in this reference photo. All right, so yeah, that's what I'm up to at the moment, just finishing that off. Very near now to starting to put everything together before doing one last bit of last bit of weathering, I think. Okay, home stretch now. The windows are in, as you can see. I'm quite pleased. You can see quite a bit of the interior, so that's nifty. Yeah, that took a lot longer than I thought it would, because that one I dropped and took me blooming ages to find it. But there we are, they're all in. And the other thing to say is engines are on. All right. And I've done a bit more extra weathering. Now they're all on, I can compare the two, and this one hasn't got so much on in this area, blah, 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 like that, okay? So we're nearly there now, nearly there. What I'm going to do now is just attach the landing gear and put the guns on, and it will be finished. Then have one last look just to see if there's anything else or anywhere else that needs a little bit more weathering. And oh, look at that. I'll come back when it's completed.